What's going on, folks? Sorry, I just messed something up. There we go. That's better. Now we got there. Sorry, I was having all sorts of problems over here. There we go. Welcome in. How's everybody doing today? So I gotta bring back up everything. Get everything all set. There we go. Sorry, I lost a whole chat there. It just disappeared from me. That was wild. Well, welcome, Holographic. Thanks for being over here. This is I've actually been off on the Purple app for a few weeks since last week. So yeah, I'm back on today. So we're checking it out over here. I'm glad to have you here. People just randomly choose. Well, hey, love to have you over there. Love to have you over there. Welcome in, everybody. A Cells, I see you over there too. Good to have you over there. I appreciate you. Well, welcome in, everybody. We are live on all the platforms. Well, I'm assuming there's some other ones. I guess I'm not on I don't know, Kick or something. But it's good to have you all here. Welcome in. Oh, shoot. Gotta turn that down. Vicky, thank you so much for helping them out over there with that. I see you hooking that up over there. I really appreciate y'all. Well, welcome in. Ja, thank you so much for the jewels. I appreciate that. Makeup brushes. Welcome in, guys. How's everybody doing today? It's a Monday. Did we make it through? Did we make it through today? We barely made it through. I know, it's Mondays. Mondays are rough. Mondays are rough, but I think we'll make it. I think we'll get there. We'll survive it. We'll do it another day. Yeah, I know. We're all barely making it. I get it. I understand. But we did make it. That's what's important. Barely making it is still making it. Barely making it is still making it. All right. Yeah, somebody was like, "It's Monday." Yeah, you couldn't sense it. You couldn't just sense the Monday. It just feels like a Monday, doesn't it? Just feels like a Monday. Just felt like it. Y'all, thank you guys so much for being here. We're about to get this thing moving, get this thing started. I really appreciate you guys. In just a few minutes, we're going to open up these phone lines and we're going to get this thing going. Start having some conversations. If you're new here, welcome to the conversation. Disable low latency. What is that? Sorry, I'm seeing something over here. Very, very soon, we're going to open up these phone lines. We're going to get to some conversations. We're going to get to some debates. We're going to get to some banter. We're going to get to all the fun stuff. Well, that's what it was telling me to do. There we go. Yeah, the hair is out today. I mean, I bothered to do it this morning, so I figured, why not? I bothered to do it this morning, so I figured I might as well wear it. I wasn't going to, but I mean, why not, right? It's a Monday. We got to have small victories on Mondays. Taurus, thank you so much for the 5 gifted memberships. I really, really appreciate that, Taurus. Thank you so much. Big W's in the chat for Taurus for the 5 gifted memberships. Hell yeah. And make sure you do an extra W in there if you're one of the people that received one of those memberships on top of that. But big W's in the chat for Taurus for those 5 gifted memberships. I really appreciate you. That is absolutely awesome. Big hearts to Taurus. Yeah, I know. I have to wear the hair out every once in a while because for some reason people think because I wear a hat a lot on live that like I'm bald. It's really weird. People think I'm bald because I wear a hat a lot on live. It's a very strange phenomenon. No, I wear a hat a lot on live because I don't do my hair because I'm lazy. and I don't feel like doing it. I'm lazy, so I throw on a hat so I don't have to do it. Okay. But see, I live in Florida. So like normally if I curl it in the morning like this, right? I get all nice and curly, right? You know, like set the curls or whatever, right? By the time I get on live at like 7 o'clock at night, I go to work all day and then the curls are gone, right? Too humid. Just gone. You know? I just look like a giant frizz ball and I don't want to do it again. But today it held pretty well. I do need a haircut. I got one scheduled for Thursday. I do have one scheduled for Thursday. So that's what's important. Get this thing a little bit straightened up. You guys want to hear something wild today though before we get into some calls? I found out today I have arthritis in my knee. I think I'm officially old. I have arthritis in my knee. I just found that out today. Isn't that crazy? Officially there. Just thought I'd let you guys know. All right, welcome in, everybody. We're about to open up these phone lines, get this thing going. I actually haven't really seen too many of the phone lines even open up yet. So I guess we're still getting this thing started. I guess we're still, trying to get this thing moving. I did have a guest in the guest request box over here, but they left also. So I guess we're just going to wait for a guest to come up and have a conversation. I'm sure we'll get there pretty soon. So, but that's okay. You guys get to hang out with me until then. We must be near or at that. BJ, yeah, I'll be 40 next calendar year. Yeah.
What's up? Can you hear me?
Yeah, how old are you?
I'm 18.
Awesome. What year were you born?
06.
You're born in 06. You're 18 years old. Do you support Trump?
Yeah, somewhat.
That's weird.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, you're right.
I could have voted for him, but the only reason I didn't is because I don't support legal immigration, and I'm not pro-Israel.
I'm sorry, you could have voted for him, but you're not pro-legal immigration?
No, legal. Like, I don't support immigration in general.
Okay.
Right now.
That's fair.
So.
Yeah. Makes sense.
On some level, I resonate with, like, the Trump movement, but.
The Trump movement?
Well, I mean, are you going to deny that, like, Trump has totally upended, like, American politics?
He is not. He's upended our society as we know it. But American politics is still in play.
Well, yeah, but, I mean, I just look at the GOP before Trump and after Trump.
Yeah, but the GOP isn't American politics.
The GOP is a major part of American politics.
It's a part of it, but it's not American politics. American politics is guided by the Constitution. The GOP is a private organization.
American politics is guided by the Constitution.
Are you not aware that the Republican Party is a private organization?
I'm aware that it's a political party in the
U.S. Yeah, what part of our government does the GOP fall in?
What do you mean? I mean, obviously they're not like a part of the government, but they are. I said U.S. politics, and they are a U.S. political party, and they're one of two practically. The other one is the Democratic Party, and Trump has totally upended the Republican Party.
Yeah, he's totally taken over the Republican Party. That's for sure. But every president takes over their party. That's just how.
Okay. Do you think that George Bush was just as much of a leader as the Republican Party as Trump was?
Oh, he was much more. He was much
paper?
more of a leader in the Republican Party than Donald Trump is.
Okay. Would you say that MAGA is a cult?
Yes.
Okay. So do you say that most Republicans are MAGA?
No.
You don't think most Republicans are MAGA?
No, actually, the exact opposite. I think 0 Republicans are MAGA.
Okay, I'm talking about members of the political organization called the Grand Old Party, the GOP.
I am familiar with the GOP is, sir. Are you trying to mansplain to me what the GOP is? Because I've already talked to you about this the entire time. Okay. Well, are you just not getting the answers that you were expecting to get, and so now you're kind of like crashing out with your answers? Is that what's going on? Because that's really what it sounds like. You're asking me questions. I'm answering the questions correctly, and you seems like you're getting like real flustered and upset because they're not like the exact answers. That like I don't know. Maybe you like put into Chat GPT.
Upended American politics.
Because maybe you like put this into Chat GPT and you're like, hey, let me argue this, like with somebody, and then Chat GPT gave you all these answers and.
So you're
like this wasn't like what you were expected, so now you're getting frustrated.
Nice filibuster, bro. Nice filibuster. What I'm saying is that
what's a filibuster?
Most members of the political organization.
Sir, what's a filibuster?
Sir,
what's a filibuster?
Question. You're dodging what I'm asking.
A filibuster is not dodging the question, and it's not dodging what your answer. What's a filibuster, sir?
It's trying to speak so long that they can't vote on the bill. We all know.
What bill are we voting on?
Okay, it was a metaphor. Like, can we have a nuanced adult conversation?
That's a metaphor?
It was a...
Sir, what's a metaphor?
Yes, it was a metaphor. It is a... What are you talking about, dude?
What is a metaphor?
It is a way of explaining something through another thing. How about that? Does that make sense to you?
Usually in like a story type thing, but just using a incorrect English word is not a metaphor. Okay?
Okay, it was an analogy. Okay, it was an analogy.
That's a little bit better. Not a very good one.
So what I'm saying is, all right, can we have
more of a comparison, I guess you would say, to be completely honest with you.
The Republican Party, of the private organization, the Republican Party, do you think they are MAGA?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Okay, beyond just ideology, are most members of the Republican Party, the GOP, the institution, are they MAGA?
No.
You don't. I'm saying not ideology. You think that most Republicans?
Sir, you've asked me this twice. I've answered you twice.
Okay.
Are you gonna keep asking me the question like with different words and expecting to get a different answer? Is that what you're saying? Are you just like no, guys, no. But do you believe that they're all MAGA or the majority of them are MAGA? But no, guys, do you believe it? But no, do you believe it, man? But do you believe it? Dude, no matter how many times you ask me the question, I'm still going to give you the same answer.
Okay. All right. What I'm saying. All right. So you think that most members of the institution are Republican? I mean, that's fair. Do you have I'm pretty sure most members of the Republican Party. Do you think that people voted for Trump or MAGA? Everyone who voted for Trump is MAGA?
No.
Okay. So define MAGA.
That'd be Make America Great Again. It's not really a definition.
Yeah,
you can't define.
That means beyond just that.
Anagram.
You said MAGA is a cult, so define how is that a cult?
I didn't say cult. You said cult. You said are they a cult? And I said sure.
You agree to the definition. No. You can.
Sir, why are you screaming? Jesus Christ! Are you sure you're 18?
You went off for about 5 minutes. Yes, I am 18. You just went off for about 5 minutes talking about.
Actually, this is actually why I normally don't talk to 18-year-olds because you guys have the self-control of goldfish. Usually, as soon as you say 18, I just hang up the phone. But you're honestly you're honestly kind of just proving why I don't do it.
Point, but you're attacking me because of my age. That's very very left wing.
No, I'm actually not attacking you because of your age. I'm actually saying you're acting it.
100% are. You just said, I normally don't talk to 18-year-olds.
I'm actually saying you're acting your age. Actually, is what I'm saying.
I'm acting my age. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well. So you think that what you said that MAGA was?
Sir, you don't have to stutter. You can calm down, okay, bud? You don't have to try to get it all out. It's okay. Nobody's trying to get no one's trying to get you off the phone, okay? You can take a breath. It's all right.
Yeah. Okay. So you said that MAGA was a cult. You defined it, right? Do you think that MAGA is a cult? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. So what is MAGA? Beyond just the abbreviation, Make America Great Again.
What do you mean? What my subjective opinion of it ideologically is?
Yeah, because you said it was a cult, so I want to hear it.
Sir, I didn't bring up that it was a cult. You brought it up. Okay, but MAGA is a as a cult.
It's a cult, so it is kind of relevant to the conversation.
Yeah, so MAGA as a cult is someone who follows Trump blindly, regardless of whether logic or reason is involved.
So you don't think? Do you think that a majority of people who voted for Trump are MAGA?
I already answered this question twice, and I'm not doing it again.
Okay. No, you didn't answer this question.
Yes, I
You
did.
didn't answer this question once. I said.
Maybe you were too busy screaming to hear me, but I already answered this question twice.
Okay, so you think most people voted for Trump aren't MAGA, right? I'm just asking. Just to
all right, sir. Well, you have a good day because I've already answered that question twice too, and I'm not gonna sit here and let's answer the question a third time again. Like literally, you're just asking me the same questions over and over and over and expecting to get different answers. This is pathetic, dude. Freaking Jesus Christ. Hello, how are you? Hello. Yo, welcome in. We're going to move on to the next caller. I don't know what the heck was wrong with that dude. He needed some freaking real help. Make sure you guys are hitting that follow button, hit that subscribe button. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Make sure you turn on those notifications too. If you'd like to support the live, I do have super chats open and all my pay links are in my bio. So if you'd like to support, that's a great way to do it. I appreciate that. Uh-oh. That person left. Hello, how are you?
What's up, brother?
All right, how old are you?
35. Well,
Awesome.
I'll be 35 in
Yeah, whatever, dude.
in about a month.
Yeah, do you support Trump?
Well, individually, I mean, no, but I support certain policies of, Trump, but personally, no, I don't really like
Did you vote for him?
The quips and the things. No, I didn't.
All right, so you didn't vote for him. You don't really support him. Not really sure why you're up here.
Well, you popped up on my live feed.
Oh, well, welcome in.
Trying to figure out. Yeah, man. Hey, I was just. That's how I got your number. This isn't DoorDash.
Well, I figured. I kind of do put it out there on the internet, but this is for me to talk to Trump supporters.
Oh, you're good, brother. Hey. There's no ill will. Just.
I didn't think there was.
What do you want to talk about besides, anything else? Is there any kind of thing like happened like this past week or two where you just want to talk about instead of like?
Oh, right. Dude, I go to therapy. I don't need your help with that. I appreciate that. Hello, how are you?
I'm good.
Awesome. How old are you?
28.
Awesome. Do you support Trump?
Yes, I do.
Awesome.
You get me?
Yeah.
So I have a question for you.
No, I can't fix you. I'm sorry.
Well, no, I'm curious on what do you think Kamala did in the first 100 days?
If she had done nothing, it would have been better than Trump. So.
Well, I guess if she would have done nothing, it would have stayed the same like it was under Biden.
Yeah, where we had literally an economy that the Wall Street Journal called the envy of the world, where we recovered from COVID faster than any industrialized nation on the planet, where we had record unemployment numbers, where we had record high stock market numbers, where we had freaking immigration numbers that were lower than Donald Trump's first term, where we actually I'm still talking, where we actually had good alliances with the other country, other NATO allies and all the rest of our allies across the world, where consumer prices weren't rising due to tariffs. Yes, all of those horrible things that would have been like at the end of Biden's term. Oh, how horrific. How could we have possibly survived?
We had the highest inflation in history under Biden.
Not when he left.
Literally. Did you not see the prices literally doubled on everything? Houses, everything was doubled. Gas was $5.
Sir, what was the inflation rate by the time Biden left office?
Well, what did they say it was? 3 point something? I mean, it's lower now, but they said the highest was 10%.
No, it's actually going back up now.
It's still under when Biden left office. It's
no, it's
lower
not.
than any other point in history.
No, it's not.
Literally, inflation was the highest in history of his presidency.
Sir, it was the highest in history in the world. Every country on the planet went through record high inflation all at the same time because we went through this little thing called COVID, okay, which raised inflation. In considering that every single country, sir, I'm talking. Well, first of all, you need better reception and you need to get rid of your Trump phone. But second of all, I'm speaking.
I have Verizon.
Then you should call and get your money back because they're failing you.
Why are you so sensitive?
I'm not sensitive. You just sound like shit and I'm running a radio show.
But you don't have a degree in economics. And I'm trying to tell you.
Sir, you don't have a degree in how shitty you sound on the fucking phone. Get better reception. I don't want to talk to freaking Mr. Robotica.
You don't even speak. You don't want to
All
hear
right,
facts.
he doesn't seem to understand. He doesn't seem to understand that he sounds horrible. He doesn't seem to get
You
it.
can't even name one policy Kamala ran on. What did she say?
Sure, I
Name
can.
one policy.
How about this? I'm going to say it, but without you on the phone because your voice is annoying because of your reception. Okay? But yes, I can easily name freaking multiple policies that Kamala Harris ran on. But the biggest one, I think, was actually to increase the number of houses for middle-class families, which would have significantly decreased mortgage and rent and leasing opportunities in the United States as far as price, or decrease the prices of them. It would therefore increasing opportunity, which would have lowered the amount of money that people have to spend on housing every month. That's my favorite. I can name a whole bunch more, but I need to be able to talk to somebody that I can hear on the other side of the phone. It's very important that I can hear you. I don't understand why you think on a radio show that's not important. On a show with literally call-ins are the point, being able to hear you is important.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Good. Hey, I just wanted to, as a kind of Trump supporter, I just have some questions for you because I've been watching.
First of all, how old are you?
I'm 53.
And you're a Trump supporter?
Well, I'm not sure, but I feel like I'm a conservative. So when the 18-year-old called and he was asking all the MAGA questions, it kind of I've never called, or I've watched some of your clips and stuff. But I do have some questions, and I would just like your opinion, just as a.
All right. Well, first of all, did you vote for Trump?
I did not.
Did you vote at all?
Yes. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
Who'd you vote for?
Yep. And I voted for Harris this time around. In the first time around, I voted for another Republican. The surgeon that ended up being his. I can't remember what position he took.
Ben Carson.
Yeah. Yes. Yep. And so
okay, I don't really use this space to talk to people who voted for Kamala Harris, but it does sound like you have a question or two. So I will take a couple minutes. I think it would be helpful. I will take a couple minutes and answer the questions, and then I'll move on. Okay, but I'm not going to make this an all-night thing. Sound good?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
All right. Perfect.
Yeah, even a minute would be great.
Go ahead.
So I think the issue that like with people, so I'm a civil servant. I am curious. There seems to be things that the MAGA movement, and I agree with you that it's a cult, 100%, uses to kind of push their agenda. And one of them seems to be illegal immigration and the transgender thing. And I'm wondering, and without expecting a solution, just what your answer is to that, how to create a two-party system again, where it doesn't seem like, I don't even know how to phrase it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not. It seems like people die on that hill.
Yeah.
Right?
So the reason why MAGA dies on the hill of trans people and immigrants is very simple, and it's because they need someone to blame. Okay, that is what is the fascist playbook, right? You find a group of people, all right, usually people that that are not what people consider part of the society, people that could be considered outcasts, people that are not, directly fitting within a certain social norm of your society, right? And then you blame them for all the problems in that society, right? This is exactly what was done by Hitler and fascist Germany, right? They used, obviously the Jewish people, and they said they are the problems. They are the reason why you guys can't get jobs. They are the reason why your economy sucks. They are the reason why this, and this, right? And then dehumanizes them, gives them someone to blame, and that leader can use that blame to gain more power. Oh, I have to have more power in order to make sure that those people stop taking the stuff away from you. Okay. So that's why there's such a high concentration when it comes to like immigrants and trans people. And after it's done with them, there'll be someone else. Hey, it's the immigrants that are taking away your jobs. Hey, it's the immigrants that are the reason why you're in a bad place.
All right. And I'm not trying to argue that position. I guess what I'm coming from is illegal immigration is wrong. Do you agree with that?
Wrong? No. Illegal immigration is not wrong. Illegal immigration is against the law.
Okay, all right. There you go. It's a legal matter. In that case, then it's criminal, right? That's what I'm saying.
Actually,
So
in this case, it's civil. It's not even
immigration is a
criminal.
good thing. Illegal immigration is not a good thing. I guess what I'm saying is I think I agree with you on a lot of things, but in terms of the bigger picture, is there a way to present that where it doesn't come across as I'm not saying that I don't understand. Yeah, obviously I don't know you. I don't understand your views 100% completely, right? I'm just saying illegal immigration is illegal, right? By definition, you cannot. I couldn't go to another country and live. And I'm not arguing this, and I'm not trying to. I'm just saying, like, what does, like, we have a two-party system. And if that's what we're going to keep, what does the other party have to do where they're not planting a flag that they're going to die on that hill? Because to me, that seems it seems not like a good position to take. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying
sir,
that
do
we
you
need to get the
understand?
feds in there.
Hold on. First of all, you're kind of going off on a large rambling tangent. First of all, illegal immigration
Okay.
is not a term. You're saying by definition it's a term. It's not a term. That's just something that's made up. Nobody is illegal in a country. Okay, crimes are illegal. People are not illegal. So there is no such thing as illegal immigration.
So
and there's
when
no.
you- when
Hold
you
on.
say
No.
that,
No. You went off for like 5
No,
minutes.
yeah,
It's my
no.
turn. Yeah. So
Right,
therefore,
right.
when you're talking about that, that is not definition. The correct definition would be somebody who is undocumented. There's an undocumented immigrant, and you're saying that it's criminal by definition when in actuality it's a civil offense, not a
No,
not
yeah,
a
I agree
not
with
a
that. I agree
criminal
with that
offense.
100%.
Okay? So,
I
but
totally
when-
agree with what you're saying.
Thank you. So,
Yeah,
but
no,
when they're
yeah,
talking about
I'm
your
not trying to argue.
hold on, Jesus Christ, dude, you talked for like 3 minutes. I'm trying to respond. I'm
I
not
don't even
responding
remember
with
the call
6
for 3 minutes.
words. All right, calm down. Okay.
Yeah,
What
I'm
I am
pretty calm, I
trying to
think.
say is that this is not the way this works, right? You're making it sound like the stance of the left is that, oh, undocumented immigrants are good. That's not the case. The Biden administration deported more people in his term, than the Trump
And I
administration
think
did in his
Obama
last
did too.
term.
Yeah, I agree with
Obama
you.
did
I
also.
understand this.
So
Yeah.
making this
Yeah.
stance for some reason that like, oh, the position of the left is that undocumented immigrants is good is just completely false. It's not true. Okay, that is what that is what MAGA and Donald Trump says. He says, oh, they only want undocumented immigrants here. They want illegal immigrants here. All they care about is trans people. That is what the right says, but that's not what the left says at all. The way you get
So
back
can
the
you-
two-party system is you literally just defend and say, show me where I said that. Show me where Kamala Harris ran
Right.
on trans people. Show me where Kamala Harris ran on freaking bringing in more illegal immigrants. Show me where she ran on that. Show me where there's been one policy, one stance by someone with like a senator or like somebody within the a presidential campaign or whatever or presidential
Right.
office
No, hey,
that
man,
actually
I'm
pushed
not
those stances.
Right. I'm not arguing you. I think I agree with you on a lot of those points. Now, when you said the Kamala trans stance, there's the famous video where she's supporting, surgeries for people who are trans, receiving, whatever, whether it's taken out of context, I don't know. But I appreciate that opinion, dude. I think it's important that we have the two-party system. And they're both healthy.
But why was
I
it
agree with
famous?
you I'm sorry?
Why was it famous? Why was that video famous?
Right. No, I would agree, right? Because maybe it was taken out of context.
No,
I
it's
don't
not that it was
know
taken out of
exactly, but-
context. It's that
Right,
Donald Trump grabbed a singular clip from
Right,
5
so,
years
yeah.
prior to the election, okay, and spent more money on that ad than any other ad in his campaign. He literally spent freaking hundreds of millions of dollars to try to take one line that Kamala Harris said 5 years prior and tell you and everybody in America that was Kamala Harris's stance. Okay?
But she did. I mean, and I'm not saying that's the attack angle you should take, but it is that was a factual event, right?
Yeah, and you know what else is a factual event?
Sure.
Yeah, that trans surgeries in prisons was legal all the way through Donald Trump's first presidency.
Right. Yes.
And he did not do anything to address it.
I think that's
He never
important
even-
for people to
he never
hear.
even brought it
Yeah,
up.
I think it's Right. I think that's extraordinarily important for everybody to hear. Hey, man, I'll tell you what, I don't want to take up your time. I'm sure you got a lot of callers. I appreciate you, dude.
No, you're fine,
Thank you
man.
very much.
Yeah, I hope you have a good one, all right?
Yeah, you too, man. Thank
All right,
you.
dude. I was actually enjoying that conversation. There's nothing wrong with that conversation. But anyways, y'all, make sure you guys hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button. I really appreciate you guys. If you guys are new here, turn on those notifications. If you guys would like to support the live, like I said, I do have super chats open. If you guys send super chats, I like to put them on the screen. We put them up, we talk about them, we have a good time. And they help support the live, so I appreciate that so much. You guys are awesome. Also, consider becoming a member. We've already had 6 new memberships today. Marcus, thank you so much for becoming a member. I really, really appreciate that.
Well, if we talk about it, we have a good time.
Hello, how are you?
I appreciate that so much.
Hello.
You guys are awesome.
Yo, turn off the stream in the
I'm watching
background.
the live. Can you put me in?
Not doing that. Hello, how are you?
Hello.
Hello. Goodbye. That was weird. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, how old are you?
Hi, how are you?
I'm 16.
All right. Well, then have a good one. Go play with Legos. Hello, how are you?
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm 20.
Awesome. Do you support Trump?
Yes, I do.
That's fucking weird.
The fuck do you mean?
Hmm?
What do you mean that's weird?
I mean, which one of those words were you confused about?
How is me supporting Trump weird?
It's fucking weird, dude. You not realize it's weird?
It's not weird.
That's really weird, dude.
I'm gonna support the guy who's gonna protect my rights to own my fucking firearms.
Oh, awesome. What's been the most restrictive policy against firearms in the United States in the last 16 years?
Probably the stupid fucking NRA tax stamp.
No, it would be the bump stock ban. Yeah. That would be the most strict federal law against firearms in the last 16 years. And who was that passed under?
First off, the ATF believes in a lot of the left views.
Yeah, that's totally great. Who was that passed under?
Probably under Trump, but he did not know.
Oh, gotcha. So the most restrictive thing against your guns actually happened under Trump, but you support Trump even though he passed the most restrictive legislation, right? So therefore, you're saying you support the person who restricted your gun rights the most.
No, the ATF.
But you're doing it because of gun rights. That's pretty weird. Yeah, I would say that's pretty weird. That would pretty much be like me being like, hey, I want my daughter to have rights, and I want her to be able to have her own bodily autonomy, and I want her to be able to make decisions for her body on her own with her doctor without having decisions from the government. But I support Trump to make sure that she has those rights. See, that would be weird, right? Because that doesn't make any sense. Okay, because those two things conflict with each other.
Okay. Gun rights wasn't the reason I called. I just wanted to mention one thing to you.
Well, I mean, I asked you why, and you said because of gun rights. So literally, that was your number one topic. When you sat there and you put in your head, you were like, let me think of the number one reason why I support Donald Trump. Oh, it's gun rights. And you don't even know the gun rights laws that Donald Trump even tried to implement and did implement. Do you think people that freaking, we should take all the guns away from people and then find out whether they committed a crime later? Or do you think we should just, wait until we find out whether they committed a crime or not?
Wait until we find out if they committed a crime later?
Yeah. We should just take all, like if I accuse you of a crime, right? We should just come into your house, take all your guns away immediately, right? And then we'll just, later on, we'll return them, I guess, if you weren't that bad.
I'm not saying you'd be successful. You could try.
Well, I don't want to try. Donald Trump does. Donald Trump actually specifically and recorded on national television said that he wants to come in and take all of your guns as soon as you're accused of a crime, and then we'll figure out the rest of it later. I don't believe that. I actually believe in your your actual civil liberties. I believe that you actually should have certain rights underneath the law and under the Constitution, right? But Donald Trump wants to come into your house and take them from you.
Okay, the main reason I called Did you know it was actually the party that Kamala supported that got a U.S. ambassador killed?
Oh wow, man, that was a big pivot. How's your neck feel after that one?
September 11th,
Why aren't you responding to what I just
Benghazi,
said?
Libya.
Why don't you respond to what I just said?
Because I don't talk to demented, brain dead people.
Well, sir, if you're talking to yourself, then I advise you get, a good psychiatrist.
Yeah, see,
Honestly, even if you don't, you should just go get a good psychiatrist. Actually, even a bad psychiatrist actually might be able to help you. Just like any psychiatrist. Just like any of them. Like, just find one on the street. Just walk around the street and just ask anyone, like, hey, are you a psychiatrist? And if they say yes, then just hire them immediately.
I have better things to do with my money than waste it on psychiatry.
Yeah, well, that actually makes sense, sir. There's no way you would waste any money actually making sure you're sane. That would be crazy.
I'm perfectly sane.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and take a psychiatrist's word over yours. Anyways, do you have anything to actually talk about?
Yeah, September 11th, 2012, Benghazi, Libya.
Yeah, gotcha. So what Kamala Harris policy did something in Libya?
It wasn't her policy, it was her party that got 4 people killed, including a U.S. ambassador.
Oh my goodness. How many American lives were killed during our invasion of Iraq and Afghanistan because of Trump's party?
Definitely not as big as the mistakes you're probably.
Oh my God. So you have an ambassador and I have every U.S. troop killed for fucking 20 years in the Middle East.
Yeah, I find it funny you're dodging the fact that the left did get a U.S. ambassador killed. So I'm going to hang up because I have an airsoft game to get to. But thank you for the waste of time.
Thank you for wasting my time. Jesus. Woo. That was a rough one. We're getting this thing going today. Y'all, thank you guys so much for being here. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that follow button if you haven't already. I really appreciate y'all. Turn on those notifications too. It's really awesome. We do this every day but Friday, and also all like next weekend because I'm taking vacation. Taurus, thank you so much for the 5 more gifted memberships on YouTube. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much for the 5 more gifted. Y'all throw big W's in the chat for Taurus. That is absolutely insane with the 5 more gifted, and an extra W in there if you got an extra membership on there. I really appreciate you, Taurus. Thank you so much. That's absolutely huge. And Jen, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. I really, really appreciate that. Jen says, you're my favorite creator and it's not even close. How's your back doing? My back is doing a lot better. I had that epidural. What was that, on Thursday? I think I had my epidural on Thursday. It's feeling a lot better. Even though I did kind of hurt it this morning a little bit. But it's feeling good. It's feeling good. I hope you're doing well. And thank you so much for that $10 super chat. That is really, really huge. Big W's again in the chat for Jen and for Taurus for the super chat and the 5 gifted. I really appreciate that. You guys are absolutely awesome. All right, we're going to open up these phone lines, keep this thing going. Hello, how are you?
Hey, I'm good. How are you doing, man?
Doing great. How old are you?
Hello?
I'm doing good. How old are you?
I'm 36.
Are you at a dinner party?
I'm with family. Hold on, let me step outside real quick. I'm sorry. I didn't expect to get on, I guess. How are you doing?
You already asked that part.
I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to be confrontational. I ran across your page, and I don't know much about you. And
I don't know anything about you either. You want to learn a little about each other?
Yeah, that's what I was getting at, I guess.
Yeah, so I like long walks on the beach, sunsets.
Right.
A nice,
hey, you're a sweetheart.
Nice
Are you looking for somebody?
I'm sorry?
You sound like a sweetheart. Are you looking for a companion or what?
Am I looking for a what?
Companion?
Oh no, I already have one. Thank you. But I mean, since we're learning about each other and just getting to know each other, I'm getting a
This
few
is unfortunate. I
butterflies.
didn't know anything. I didn't know it was gonna be like this. I'm sorry. I just ran across your page and
What's up?
thought
Do you
that we
support
could have
Trump,
a
bro?
conversation. Yeah, I do.
All
I
right.
do. I'm
Why do
sorry.
you support Trump?
I think he's the best option out there. I think results speak for themselves, and I like kind of like this. I feel like I have to defend everything he does, and I don't like doing that. I just like talking to people who have differing opinions and finding out why they have those opinions without, taking shots at each other, I guess.
Well, sir, it's not a matter of taking shots at each other. You're saying you support someone who is doing horrible things. So if you're going to support someone who's doing horrible things, then I want to know either A, why you support those horrible things, or B, why you support him in spite of all of those things, right? Regardless of all of those things, right? Because if you're still going to support someone that is doing bad things, right? Then I think we need to have an understanding on why that is, right?
Yeah, can I ask a couple questions?
Sure, go ahead.
Again, I don't know anything about you, but who do you support?
America. I support
It
our
seems like
country. I
cop-out.
support humans, and I support this country. I support this country and the humans within it to be able to live their lives, with freedom and respect and autonomy, without the U.S. government coming in and trying to do things that are authoritarian or fascist.
Yeah, it sounds like we agree a lot more than we disagree. The difference is I'm willing to stand on business and you won't. So who do you support?
I'm not willing to stand on business. No, sir. I don't sit here.
Who do you support?
Sir, what do you mean, who do I support, sir? I don't freaking groupie for fucking politicians. I don't buy your little political flags or your t-shirts or wear MAGA hats, okay? I understand that fucking politicians are our elected representatives. That's it. They are people that we hire to do a fucking job. Okay.
Correct.
And you know who I support? I support anybody that is doing that job correctly. And I don't support anybody who is not doing that. In our current government, not a goddamn fucking person.
Okay, so why are you yelling at me for making a
I
choice
am
that
not
was
fucking
best for
yelling,
me?
sir. You're trying to fucking
cussing
pigeonhole
at
this
me. I'm not yelling.
conversation. Sir, if you'd like me to yell, I can. I have a very nice microphone. You can hear it all the way down the hall.
Yeah.
And I'm very, very
sorry.
loud.
See, this is the problem. Again, I wish we could talk about it.
Yeah, the problem is that you're getting offended about me yelling, and I'm not yelling at you, sir. You just keep
offended
asking, who do you support? Who do you support? Who do you support? Like you want a name.
You're attacking me for supporting somebody, and it sounds like
I haven't even begun to attack you.
Anybody.
I haven't even begun to attack you for supporting someone. I can very easily.
You just did. You
How?
literally
What
just
did I
did.
say that was attacking?
Yeah, you said he did this, he did that, and if you vote for him, you must be like this too.
What's one thing I said that he did?
You said that he was a corrupt individual who wants to be an authoritarian and shove laws down people's throats, blah, blah, blah.
Actually, I didn't say. I literally said the word authoritarian, that I don't support authoritarians, but I actually didn't say anything about
So are
Trump
you
yet.
disagreeing with that? Are you disagreeing with that?
Right, I'm not disagreeing with it. I'm saying I didn't say it because I didn't actually attack you on what your political belief was. You're just getting offended for no reason.
Oh, okay. So what I'm saying is, so I only listened to a small bit of it, and I don't know who you are. I literally got off work and just got on my phone and started listening to you, and I was like, it's a shame that we can't have conversations without attacking each other. And it sounds like you don't have a dog in the race, so you get to attack somebody without defending your position.
Sir,
at all.
there is no dog in the race. This is not an election year.
No.
There
But
are
you're
no dogs in the race.
about who I voted
There
for.
is no dogs in the race. There is a
For
president.
you,
Sir,
but for everybody else,
listen. There is a president.
You get to criticize without
There is
defending
a
anything.
president of the United States. Okay, and that president is either doing good things or they're doing bad things.
Correct.
Okay. And so I am going to criticize the president. You're goddamn right, because that is my goddamn constitutional right to decide whether the president of the United States is doing good or it's doing bad. Now, I do understand that because you voted for Donald Trump, you probably don't understand that idea, because Donald Trump, because Donald Trump literally has threatened to literally denaturalize American citizens that disagree with him. Yes, he has.
That's not true.
100% he has.
When?
Last month.
When?
Last month.
When? Articulate when he said it.
You want me to give you a date and fucking time?
Correct, because that's what you demanded from the
Jesus
last guy.
fucking Christ, dude. He literally threatened to freaking denaturalize Zoran
When?
Mamdani, and he threatened to freaking denaturalize freaking Rosie
How?
O'Donnell.
The quote.
It's already been shown. It's already been shown that he is that he's tried to freaking get rid of people that are legally in the United States because they're protesting stuff that he doesn't like. He's literally sending the National Guard. He is literally sending the National Guard into cities just because they don't agree with his politics.
That's not true. That's not true.
Yes, it's 100% true.
Okay. Can I respond to any of that?
Yeah, you could have responded to all of it if you could have just been quiet long enough for me to respond.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, I'm done now, sweetheart. Go ahead.
All right, Cupcake. So, again, when you talk about...
I told you guys, if you talk to any MAGA for long enough, they start talking about male genitalia. It's really weird.
Hey, I promise you I was talking about your vagina, not balls at all. You don't have those. Otherwise, you stand on business and say who you support. You won't do that. You will only criticize people without standing behind anything.
Who do you? What name could I possibly support?
When you have no
beliefs.
Hey, how about I
know who I support?
now?
I support. How about this? I support.
See, this is so sad.
I support Clinton.
See, libtards do this.
And there he goes with the slurs and the ad homs. There it is. We knew that wasn't going to take long.
Wait, you already did this.
We did. We knew that wasn't going to take long. Slurs and
remember
ad
the male
homs.
genitalia?
This guy.
Can I talk now, please?
Oh, you're still back to the male genitalia again. That doesn't take long. That's very strange.
Correct. Ad homs. Yep. Yeah, he went straight back to the ad homs. And can we talk?
Can we talk?
So
We're already talking. Do you not know what talking is?
No, we aren't talking. You're talking.
No, you're talking right now. That's how you told me that. Do you not know what talking is?
Okay, can I talk now? Can I talk now?
You were already talking. I don't know why you're confused.
Can I talk without you interrupting me? How about
Probably
that?
not.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, do you want to have a conversation or not?
Well, I mean, you just called me slurs, literally. Like, you literally just called me a slur. So I don't know why I would sit here and listen to you anymore. Why should I sit here and freaking listen to you when your best argument that you've had this entire time?
You're a snowflake.
When your literal best argument that you've had...
I wanted to talk about policy.
I wanted to talk about... the best argument that you've had the entire time... Okay, is I need the exact date and time for anything that you say. I need you to tell me the exact date and time and the second. And if you can't tell me that, then you're wrong. Then you're wrong. You're a little snowflake, sweetheart. It's okay. Oh, are you done whining? Are you done whining? So yes or no? Yes or no? Are you done whining? Yes or no? All right, then I'll unmute you so everyone else can hear you now. So what's your policy you want to talk about?
Oh, okay. So again, you said he wants to, kick out citizens or take away their citizenship. Again, I want to know exactly what he said when he said it, because that's not what happened.
Then go do your.
More importantly,
sir.
So
if you don't know what he said or when he said it, then why are you saying it's not true?
I'm not the one making the accusation.
Sir,
you're the one who has to
you're saying that you don't know it, then how are you saying it's not true?
I am saying that you're the one who made the accusation. Support it. Tell me what he said and when.
Sir, I don't. Sir, I'm sorry. Who do I look like to you?
What?
Do I look like fucking Google?
Are you gonna mute me again? Are you gonna mute me again?
Do I look like Google for you? How old did you say you were?
I mean, I can't answer. Are you gonna mute me?
How old did you say you were?
If I answer, will you mute me?
If you don't answer, I'll hang up the phone.
Okay, well, you're going to hang up anyway. So I'm 36 years old.
Okay, sir. Do you know how to use your smartphone?
Correct.
Cool.
So can I tell you my rebuttal
July
to all this?
12th, 11:42 a.m.
Okay. Then what?
No, you wanted a date and time, July 12th, 11:42 a.m.
Do you want me to put my phone on pause so I can look it up? I'm sorry.
Sir,
I asked, sir,
you told me I need a exact date and time.
Yes. In context, yes.
Nope, you didn't say in context. You just said the exact date and time.
Okay,
I just told you July 12th.
I'm so sorry, man. I'm not
11:42
a.m.
a.m.
I just got off work. I just got off work and went to have a conversation. I
Everybody
didn't think it
works,
was gonna
dude.
be
You're not special because you went to work.
not you. But,
Yes, I did.
can we
I worked
talk?
all day, okay? And I worked
Oh,
way
okay.
too
Can we
fucking
add
hard.
context to that?
Yeah, how about this? How about you go find out what the person that you support
Or you can just
says.
substantiate your accusations.
Yeah,
'cause
sure.
It's cap.
Easy stuff. So he told
All right. Could Biden have shut down the border?
I'm sorry. Did you want me to substantiate my claim, or did you want to talk about the border?
No,
I was
fuck that.
literally
Let's move on.
no. See, now that I'm getting already started, now I'm gonna go
then
ahead and do
please do
it.
that.
Okay. Yeah, I know I'm going to. Okay.
Go ahead. I'm
So
sorry.
here's what happened. So about 15 years ago, on like a talk
15
show.
years ago.
Okay.
I thought you were talking about July 11th.
Shh. It's okay, child.
That's what I thought.
We'll get through this. Okay. See, about 15 years ago, all right, on a talk show, Rosie O'Donnell really embarrassed
I know
Donald
about
Trump.
The pig. I know about all that.
Yeah. Oh, well, no, sir, you asked for the context, so I'm giving it to you. So about 15
No, I was talking about not Rosie
All
O'Donnell. I was talking about the other guy.
All right, cool.
You said multiple examples.
Yeah. So about 15 years ago, Donald Trump got really, really, really embarrassed on a talk show by Rosie O'Donnell. And he got really, really upsetty spaghetti about it. And so last month, he said he was going to take Rosie O'Donnell's citizenship away. What a poor little guy. What a poor little guy. Anyways, there's your context. We're going to move on to the next caller. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Pace, thank you so much for the membership over there, for joining the team. I really appreciate y'all. If y'all like support the live, I do have super chats, memberships, all that fun stuff. So I appreciate y'all. Hello, how are you? Hello. All right, I guess you're not there. Hello, how are you?
Hi, 36 years old. Generally hold myself to be a conservative. Just came across this through the almighty Google algorithm or YouTube algorithm. So,
well, welcome to team.
Welcome to
For anybody else
conversation.
that showed up on the Google algorithm or the YouTube algorithm, make sure you guys hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button, turn those notifications. We do this every single night, except for Fridays lately. I really appreciate that. So thank you guys so much for being here. Yeah. So you support Trump?
To level set. Yeah. Well, okay. Let's be clear here. Voting for Trump and supporting Trump are two separate things.
Which is why I asked you whether you support him, not whether you vote for him.
Supporting policies he supports in the aggregate versus versus the next best alternative, right? There are things I support of him. There are things I don't support of him. If I had to pick, I picked him. So is that the best answer to your question? The level set. And the best way.
Not really an answer to the question at all.
Sure. Supported him over the next best alternative, i.e. Harris, Biden. There may have been others that have been better. Is he the greatest human being? Is he Jesus Christ incarnate or whatever you believe in? No. But he's the best. He was the best at the moment. Now,
Gotcha.
I just kind of want to level set this.
Yeah, fine. You level set. Now I'm gonna level set with
Sure.
you. Okay, pretty simple.
Well,
all right.
No, hold on. Is the purpose of this to, you talk
Oh
about,
my God,
support
sir.
Trump? Do you support the other people? Is this a policy kind of discussion where you want to say?
This can be any type of conversation that depends on you.
Okay. All right.
This can be any type of conversation. I can literally have any type of conversation that you like. I can have a full-on freaking moderated debate in here if that's the type of situation that you're in. Okay, but we don't need to get that far if we don't really need to, and we can just move on with what we're talking about right now. So I would like to know, and this is what I would like to know. Okay, Donald Trump, who had record high immigration numbers in the country before we went to COVID, completely mishandled COVID. Right, literally had almost crashed our economy, put in a recession. Which, by the way, we were projected to go into a recession in his first term, and regardless of any of that, right? Who literally put giant tax cuts on mainly the rich people in the United States, had the highest debt and deficit of any president in 4 years in the history of the United States. Literally added a third of the debt to the United States ever. Who is also a 34 times felon. Who is also an adjudicated rapist. Who also said that he has sex in common with his daughter. Who is also literally not allowed to run a charity in the state of New York, right? Because he defrauded a children's cancer charity. Okay. The person who talked shit on veterans, okay, said he doesn't like his veterans shot down, said he doesn't like, freaking refused to go visit their graves. I would like you to explain to me how he is a better candidate than Kamala Harris because of what?
Okay. You went through 30 different things there, and certainly there are a lot of individual things you can pick out of that, many which have not been proven absolutely to be true.
Awesome. Which
Certainly
one wasn't
the
proven?
veterans saying, certainly the veterans comment.
He got on
that you're
television
talking
and
about
said,
where he-
"I prefer my veterans not shot down," when referring to John McCain. That is
Yeah,
not.
his John McCain quote. That's chicken shit. Okay, that was a chicken shit quote. And yes, there are plenty of personality defects that Donald Trump has. Again, led with that. Not exactly. I'm gonna lead with him being the absolute best person that has ever lived. He is not Jesus
No, you said
Christ.
he's better than Kamala
Okay.
Harris. And how, after all of those things,
Yeah.
is he better to someone who's committed no crimes, has raped 0 people, has defrauded 0 children's cancer charities, has not crashed our fucking economy? Okay, how is he better? How is that make him better than her, who when she's done none of those things?
Yeah, there are plenty of things that Donald Trump did do leading into that I agree and disagree with. I agree that he spent entirely too much money, especially on COVID. I don't agree with all the policies he did. I do agree that he tried to move power toward the states. That you can argue the different effects of that, in the way that people recovered from the COVID-19, whatever the fuck you want to call it. But you're trying to juxtapose, a lot of different things. You can do it straight from policy here. All right.
We can go straight from policy.
Leading in, yeah, he did. He
What
did
policy?
grow the economy exponential. His spending cuts, while albeit did go toward the rich, they did have a lot. But there was. I'm not going to say trickle down economics because that was a failed fucking policy, and we all know that kind of scenario, right? But in terms of actual raw growth in the economy, we saw incredible growth while he kept the interest rates arguably entirely too low for that first term growth. If you look at how he did going into COVID and the rapid growth after coming out of the COVID, there was a significant benefit to be had there. Certainly better than the recovery that Biden was doing when he came out of it.
That's actually not correct at all.
Inflationary.
So let's start with the fact that, let's start with the fact that not only were we not growing, we were headed towards a recession going into COVID. Okay, that we had negative freaking GDP in freaking in a single quarter, and we were getting ready to go into a second one, and then COVID hit, and then COVID got blamed for the recession, not Donald Trump. So this huge raise based off of these tax cuts is completely not true.
We had an inverted yield curve. We had an inverted yield curve in 2018, which is a typical indicator of.
I'm talking about 2019, 2020.
Going into the pandemic, we had an inverted yield curve that is a typical indicator of lack of confidence in the government, in the economy. That did happen. That also happened 3 separate times over the decade. And it's a very highly economic statement. I don't know if all the people understand that, but that is when long-term bond yields start giving a lesser rate than short-term bond yields, so people don't believe in the long term the government's going to do well. It's the number one indicator toward a recession. That did happen in 2019. It also happened 3 times in the decade previous. We had the slowest.
Of course, it happened 3 times the decade previous. We literally had come out of an actual recession within that last decade. Obviously.
No, yeah, but you're missing that because the actual drop-off happened in 2009, 2010. The recovery was supposed to be happening over those 10 years.
The recovery really didn't begin until 2011, if you actually look at maybe 2012.
Yeah, yes, and that you can argue, how bad the crash was. But we're going really far back here. But how bad the crash was.
Okay, this is a lot of really fun stuff. But to move the conversation along, because really this is getting just boring and bogged down, sir. Okay. Donald Trump was projected to be going towards a recession. Okay, we had negative GDP growth under Donald Trump,
but he didn't hit there.
You're right. We didn't get there because of COVID. Okay, you're 100% correct. We did not get there because of COVID. But you just said, okay, that his tax cuts for rich people were causing the growth, and now you're already admitting to me. Now you're already admitting to me that they did not cause the growth. Okay, they caused the exact opposite of growth. Okay, so if he was not causing growth and we were headed towards a recession up until COVID, okay, and that was directly because of his policies, because of the economic policies prior to the TCJA, were Obama's policies, where we were on growth on a 6-year high when he came in, Okay, on GDP, on unemployment rate, on freaking pretty much every economic metric that is measured when he took office. And his singular economic policy gave us negative GDP growth. Then how is that better than somebody new that actually has a degree in economics, okay, who was part of the administration that recovered us from COVID faster than literally any industrialized nation on this planet?
Could I give you a small rebuttal to that? During Trump's 4 years, and look, this is a hard thing to say because I'd be the first to tell you that Trump poured money into the fucking government more than any conservative president ever should. However, the real fact, if you want to talk about real returnable data, during the 4 years that Trump was in power, we got real term week over week for the average American net wages gain of about 9%. Depending on your source, 8.4 to 9.2%. There's a means there, okay?
I don't disagree with that. What did Trump do to make that happen?
Well, it was tax cut regulation.
No, we were getting that before his tax cuts.
Oh, I mean, you can't.
We were getting exactly that before his tax cuts. Before before his tax cuts for rich people, that exact number was still the same. So what did Donald Trump do?
Okay. All right. So if it wasn't a policy, then you have to do by the inverse of what Harris did.
Sir, stop talking about Biden-Harris as if that defends Donald Trump's actions in his first term.
I'm talking about the best possible choice, and I have a juxtaposition. I got example
No,
A,
because you're comparing two
example
completely
B,
different situations. You're comparing Donald Trump, who got this fucking awesome economy from Obama, okay? An economy that was humming on every single facet. Okay, literally, we were hitting record after record after record after record under the Obama administration for like 5-6 years on every economic figure. Okay, Donald Trump comes into office and those same economic figures continue to roll. And you are giving Donald Trump credit for those economic figures. The problem is that as soon as his policy came in, those same economic figures turned around and started going the opposite direction. But then at the same time, you have Biden who came in during the recovery of COVID, okay, when the entire world's inflation rate hit 10%. Okay, when we had the shutdown of shipping lanes, when we had a shortage of durables, when we had literally probably the worst economic disaster in the fucking world since the Great Depression. Okay?
Okay.
You're like, oh well, since Biden got elected,
not every country did.
So not every country went through inflation. Name one that didn't.
No. Not every country decided to shut down.
I didn't say every country decided to shut down. I said every country went through inflation.
I agree.
Massive inflation. So what you're saying is you're literally saying, oh, because Trump got a good economy from Biden, he's better. But because Biden got a horrible economy from Trump, he's worse.
That is not what I'm saying. I'm simply going to the actual facts of the matter. You want to go to the facts of the matter, what the scoreboard and the various things are. You listed off at the beginning of this 30 things in hyper-specific detail that you wanted me, which no caller could come in and refute immediately to that in good faith. I could probably go down line by line and have a conversation about each one, but in the limited time I'm going to have with you, you zoned in and you picked the topic of economics. Well, the scoreboard
actually that's not true.
Trump's wage growth was 8.4 to 9.2% for his 4-year term with the pandemic. They both had the pandemic.
No, they both didn't have the pandemic, sir. Okay. Donald Trump had the shutdown of the pandemic. Biden had the recovery of the pandemic. Those are two different things. And second of all, I named about 12 different things. You chose economics. You chose that. I didn't choose economics. Well, I named 12 different things that happened under the Trump administration, which makes him a worse candidate than Kamala Harris. You chose economics. Okay? And now you're on your fucking heels trying to defend economics because you're trying to talk about the numbers. Sir, do you ever watch baseball?
I watch the Rangers suck these days.
Yeah, do you know what like an earned run average is?
I know what an ERA is, yes.
Okay, awesome. Do you understand that freaking, pitchers can come in late and run score, but it's
Yes,
not on
and
them.
someone
See,
can
what
get a
you're
win.
saying,
Yes,
what you're
I
literally
understand your
saying,
analogy.
is, well, the relief pitcher came in and the
I don't
runners
think
that
you know
were
what the
already
word
on
literally
base
means.
scored. So we're going to look at the raw numbers. We're not going to look, okay, at the actual reasons why anything happened. We're just going to look directly at the box score and we're going to say, oh, week over week we had this and this. Okay, week over week we had this. Why did we have this? What economic policy led to that? What did the president do to actually affect that economic growth or lack of growth, right?
Okay.
And I can point
Okay.
directly to the growth of Obama and growth under Trump's administration to policies under Obama. And I can also look at the exact freaking decline in growth based off of Donald Trump's policies. And if you don't believe me, you can literally ask Ron DeSantis. You can ask Nikki Haley. You can literally ask any singular person, okay, that ran against Donald Trump in that primary, where they sat there and talked about, oh, all of this spending by Donald Trump is going to cause mass inflation. Okay, we are going to have all of these negative economic factors that thanks to Donald Trump adding $8.4 trillion to the debt and having these freaking high tax raises for corporations. All right. And then all of those things happened. All of those negatives that the Republicans said were going to happen due to Donald Trump's policies. And yet you're blaming Biden for it.
Okay, so you're a very big proponent of the TPP. Then you thought that was the economic policy that was put in under Clinton originally, supported by Bush. Again, not a fan, right? And can certainly continue by Obama. So that's some of the biggest things that he did functionally change, pulling out of the TPP. Don't necessarily agree with all the way he negotiated his, whatever the pact. I didn't even forget the name of the damn thing between Mexico and Canada, which is now completely null and void with this tariff thing. That's a whole other issue to move forward with. But he pulled out of the TPP. Yes, he cut taxes to incentivize reshoring, even in the first administration, which I think he got absolutely hamstrung left, right, and center. But that's just excuses, So like in baseball, everyone's got an excuse kind of deal. He had a lot of problems that he couldn't get shit done, but that's his fucking fault. He should have figured it out kind of deal. So I'm not going to give him an out on that. Let me be clear.
See, that's the funny part. I do give him outs on that. That's fine.
It's you either get the job done or you don't get the job done. Like
no, I don't agree with that whatsoever.
I
do not judge Donald Trump off of every single policy he could not get done. I do judge Donald Trump on every policy he did get done. Okay, and every policy and the policies that he did get done are not good. Okay, so I don't need to judge him on every single one that he didn't get done. Right? We could judge Donald Trump on all sorts of policies he didn't get done. He said he was going to pass a giant, infrastructure bill. He didn't get that done. Biden did. He said he was going to lower instant costs for X amount of Americans. He didn't get that done. Biden did. But I don't blame Donald Trump for that. That shit happens. All right, you're not able to get everything single done. By the way, you keep saying TPP, and I'm assuming you mean NAFTA because all of your context is saying NAFTA. But regardless of any of that,
my bad.
You said TPP like 6 times, and I'm pretty sure you meant NAFTA, right? And he didn't pull us out of NAFTA. NAFTA expired. Okay, so he didn't pull us out of that. Okay. So we were getting pulled out of NAFTA regardless. He had to replace NAFTA with the USMCA, which he negotiated, which he called the worst trade deal ever. I can't believe anybody would ever pass such a horrible trade deal. It's the worst trade deal ever that he was the one that passed. Okay.
I mean, he was referring to NAFTA in that quote. I'm 99%.
He was referring to the USMCA. He was referring to current U.S.-Mexico
in '94. I thought he was referring to the one in '94 that was passed. But we're getting into hyper weeds here, okay? And that's fine. That's fine. My kind of point, the general thesis, whether he accomplished it or not, the thesis was he was going to reduce taxes to incentivize reshoring in America. There are certainly, in a pure economic Keynesian model, is it better technically to have no trade barriers, no anything, free trade, the most efficient path to get the most market utilization? Possibly. There are tactical benefits to having reshored labor and reshored business, especially with very specific security industries, right? It's one of the things that I actually wanted to, just to get to my next point, I wanted to give Biden a whole lot of credit for trying to do the CHIPS Act. I fucking hate the fact that we have all 90% of the chips in the entire world, which are strategic military value, are made in Taiwan, just a hop, skip, and jump away from China. Not a great thing. nothing came of the CHIPS Act functionally. Certainly not yet.
That's a lie.
And that sucks.
That's a lie.
You can argue that, but
I can argue that with facts. Yeah, I can argue that with facts all day long. TSMC immediately agreed that they were going to build 7 factories. They broke ground on 3 of them, and one's already built and running. Literally, Donald Trump is literally in office right now, bragging about TSMC creating AI chips in factories that are only here because of the Chips and Sciences Act.
It's been a very inefficient rollout.
Sir, you can literally Google that. I can pull up pictures of the factory. It's beautiful. What are you talking about that nothing has come from it? It literally, there are people working in factories in Arizona making chips, making NVIDIA's chips for TSMC in Arizona at this moment, thanks to the Chips and Sciences Act.
And are they even remotely on schedule for it? From the actual rollout of that?
It opened 2 years ago, or at least a year ago.
Ben.
It's been open. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but in terms of the actual making a dent, yes, there's a throughput problem, there's a runway problem, and I led with that. I applauded the effort on that, right? To a similar degree, I don't know how I feel about him seizing the control of 10% of Intel this last 2 weeks, right? But my point of it was one side, and I blame the last, certainly of the last 20 years before this last administration, 16 of them were completely Democrat controlled with a little spattering of Paul Ryan bullshit in the middle for the Congress. But you had 20 years almost of uninterrupted Democrat rule, and before that you had the clusterfuck that was Bush, Cheney, blow up half of the Middle East for $1 trillion, right? So you had an incredible outsourcing, internationalist, globalist kind of philosophical norm where you're going to outsource every job in the history of the world that you possibly can offshore and really just gut Central America. And not Central America, like the Rust Belt and all of the blue collar jobs that did make this country. Was it more efficient? Did a lot of people make a lot of money? Did a lot of people make a fuck ton of money? Yeah. It is weird that, certainly he made a lot of tax cuts for the hyper rich. I don't know exactly how much I agree with that. I don't think anyone should be worth Elon Musk's money necessarily. And I damn sure don't think any of them should be able to do the loopholes where they can just take loans against their fucking stock and never pay taxes. I also disagree with that. But Trump is at least the first president that seems to have tried to bring jobs. Many of the jobs never can come back. They're going to be outsourced by automation. Okay, that's the truth. But he has done economic policies to bring jobs back. I also give credit at the TPP for Biden. His infrastructure bill never really did what it wanted to do. He made plenty of promises about student loan forgiveness that didn't get through. Again, I hold him to the same standard of Trump. You either do it or you don't. You don't get points for trying, right?
He actually did do student loan forgiveness for a whole bunch of people, but whatever.
Not what was promised in any way, and that's disingenuous to say so. I give him credit for trying. I give him credit to the point that he went against the Supreme Court to try, right? So, but he didn't get it done. There are finite and very differentiable policy divisions that you can have here. And yes, unfortunately, our politics is by a two-party system isn't a la carte. You can't pick and choose what you like and discard. I guess you can, but you're picking a whole package with these particular people. At the end of the day, while there are very discrete policy things that I prefer, don't always love, prefer on the conservative side, there's a whole myriad of cultural things that are non-starters for me. So you break down the two different sides, and it does become a little bit more night and day. Certainly more bifurcated than it's ever been. But I've held up your time. I don't need to hold your whole show. I'll talk more if you'd like.
Oh, no, I think you've talked plenty. I honestly don't even know where we're at in this conversation, to be honest with you. Like, honestly, you hit so many subjects in that last tiny little spot in there. I don't even know I don't even know what the point of this whole thing is anymore. to be completely honest with you.
Your prompt was to juxtapose, or I guess the prompt that I interpreted.
Oh, I understand what the prompt says.
why
I don't know
Trump
what
versus
you're
Harris?
saying, sir. I'm very familiar with what the prompt says, and I very much understand like the point of this conversation. Okay, but what it really sounds like, and to be completely honest with you, is again, you're on your heels, and I already said that. Okay, you understand.
You're gonna go ad hom at the end here.
No, it's just truthfully that you just went off on like a fucking, I don't know, however many minute rant, minute tangent rant, whatever. I let you do the whole thing. I didn't stop you at all. I let you go ahead and do the whole thing. Okay? But you're so busy trying to jump from one subject. That's all I heard is you just went from jumping from one subject to the next subject to the next subject to the next subject to the next subject. Because that is the problem. Okay, hold on. No.
15 things,
Shh. I let you talk for like so long.
Go ahead.
Okay? Because that's the problem with supporting Trump. Okay? And it's really, and I do this every single day. Okay? Well, every day but Fridays, but I do this every single day. Okay? And the problem with supporting Trump is that at any point in time you stick on any subject for long enough, your entire argument falls apart. This is why people get so angry with me, okay, when I'm having conversations with them and I make them stick on a subject. Because if you stick on any singular subject for any amount of time when it comes to Trump, the entire argument falls apart. It's just gone. Okay? You have to be able to jump from one subject to the next subject to the next subject to the next subject to the next subject over and over and over and over and over. And you have to go to the next one, the next one, next one, next one, next one. And anytime you stop and I actually question why you believe what you believe, you get frustrated. You start you start breathing heavy, you start backing up, you start doing the whole thing. Okay? And that's the problem. Okay. If you have to jump from every single conversation to conversation, right, and keep moving your subject all the way across the line in order to justify your support of a president, then guess what? I need to let you know something. We live, okay, in a constitutional republic that is a democracy in this country. You don't have to support the president just because they're the president. You don't have to support the things the president does because they're president. And even more importantly than that, you have the right to have representation in your Congress, okay, and your state representatives to fight against a president who is doing things that are against what you believe in. Okay? You have that right. Okay? But instead,
say you couldn't.
But instead of understanding right now, right, and being in an understanding point and saying, look, Donald Trump is literally right now hurting our economy. He is literally right now isolating us from our allies. He is literally right now trying to create a police state and freaking literally going against Posse Comitatus, right? And trying to militarize our police state and trying to turn the U.S. military against its own people. Instead of being against that, you've been convinced, okay, that either I'm for this guy or I'm against this guy, right? Because that's what Donald Trump tells all the people in Congress. He tells them, either you're for me or you're against me, right?
To which I said from the
either
very
you're
beginning,
for me or no, sir,
me.
Be quiet.
You're confusing me with somebody else.
Okay, I'm not confusing you with anybody
to.
except for somebody who's talking when they shouldn't be.
You don't have to be a cunt about it.
You don't have to talk when you're not allowed to.
But you're not my.
Anyways, what I was saying is that's literally what he tells his representatives in Congress. Either you're for me, you're against me. Either you vote all the way for what I have going on, or you're wrong. If you're not 100% for me, then I'm going to make sure that you get primaried. I'm going to make sure that you have no spot in this government. Okay? And every negative thing that I do, you better be on board for. You better agree with. Okay? You better stand up and support. All right? Whatever it is. Oh, I'm sending migrants to South Sudan or to fucking foreign torture prisons? Well, you better stand up and support me. Oh, I'm having my personal lawyer go meet with Ghislaine Maxwell, and I'm having the FBI remove my name from freaking Easteen files. Doesn't matter. You gotta freaking support me. Doesn't matter. Oh, I'm putting on tariffs that we know we're going to raise the fucking price of consumer goods. Doesn't matter. You need to support me. You have to support me. You have to support me. You have to support me. And y'all have just fallen in this trap. You guys forgot that this is America. You forgot that you have a freaking say. You forgot that this was a democracy. You have just completely simped for this president and not allowed, like, just completely given up your ability to have some type of voice in this, within this context. And I honestly believe that's really sad.
Okay. Can I have one small rebuttal to that, or hey, it's your show, you can move on?
Go ahead.
Am I muted? Okay, great, awesome. Sorry. So you made one large scale point that it's Emperor Palpatine, it's treason, then all against all for kind of deal. That's the.
All right, I didn't make that claim, so I'm gonna move on. I was gonna let you talk, but that's just absolutely ridiculous. I didn't make that. He didn't listen to a single word that I said. Didn't listen to a single word I just said. Holy shit. Goodness. Anyways, we're going to move on to the next caller. I really appreciate y'all. Tyron, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. Said, love your show, Polly. MAGA callers should rewatch your show featuring themselves to hear how ridiculous this sounds. Keep up the good work. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. I actually would. I would really, really enjoy that if people would listen to our conversations later, of themselves. Right? I just kind of hear what they sound like. I think they'd probably be embarrassed, to be completely honest with you. I think they'd be pretty embarrassed. Y'all, make sure you guys are hitting that follow button, hit that subscribe button. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much for the big $10 super chat, Tyron. I really appreciate that. And Delissa, thank you also so much for the $10 super chat. Said, dump truck. I love the poorly educated. Sorry, I had to do the voice there. Too bad the MAGA brain callers won't be the only ones who will suffer for their support of dump truck. Yes, dump truck is chicken shit. The whole world knows this.
It's insane.
First of all, I'm the only one that can call them that. They're my chicken shits, no one else's. I've always called them stupid and chicken shits. Don't you take that from me. I really appreciate that. And Dina, thank you so much for the $2 super chat. Can we get big W's to chat to Tyron, Delissa, and Dina for those super chats? I really, really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Yo, let me go grab some real quick. I'll be right back. Give me 2 seconds. All right, sorry about that. We're going to keep this thing going. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for the super chats again, y'all. If you'd like to support, I do have super chats open, and we're already at 12 new members today, which is really awesome. So if you'd like to become a member or gift a membership, I really appreciate that. Also, we're only 7 away from the subs over there on TikTok. If you'd like to hit that, we will be doing the giveaway a little bit early before the holiday weekend. So I really appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. Hello, how are you? Hello?
I'm good. How are you?
Real good. Stand by real quick. Phil, sorry, I didn't see the Venmo. Thank you so much, Phil. Said this guy
insane.
Didn't like the money that went to the CARES Act. Oh, Jesus. Hold on. I gotta grab this off over here. Yet that is the singular thing that increased economic growth and wages due to companies getting forgivable payrolls. Companies went on hiring sprees. 100% did. Thank you so much, Phil, for that Venmo. I really appreciate you. All right. Awesome. How old are you?
I'm 40.
Awesome. Do you support Trump?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a little weird.
I guess, can you tell me why you don't support him?
Because I don't support bad presidents. Why do you support him, besides that you do support bad presidents?
Again, it's results for me.
Yeah, I also love results. Yeah, here's a good result for you. Inflation is rising and going to keep going higher. Here's another result for you. Donald Trump is literally deporting people to South Sudan who aren't from there. He's literally deporting people to war-torn famine countries. That's a pretty
Yeah,
good
they're
result.
illegal.
Here's a good result for you. Did you know that he deported a American citizen and a
Who?
kid with cancer?
Who and who?
You want their exact names? I mean, I can pull them up.
Yeah, pull them up.
All right, that's not very hard. So, anyways,
What
how
about
do you
Joe
feel
Biden?
about those results?
What about Joe Biden? Do you think that he could shut
Hold
down
on,
the
hold
border?
on, sir. Why are we talking about Joe Biden when you're telling me that you support Donald Trump because of results? Then his results
Correct.
should
Because
have
I
nothing
think
to.
that out of all the
Then his
presidents,
results should have
that
nothing to do
the
with Joe
modern day,
Biden, right?
he has the best results by far. It's not
Awesome.
even
And I'm
close.
asking you about those results. So, what do you feel about them?
So again, like the border, for example. Again,
No.
zero
I'm asking you about the
immigration.
results of children being deported.
Again, if they're not supposed to be here, they can go too. You don't want families being separated like Obama.
No,
did
these
with
were
the
American
ages?
citizens.
No, they're not. There's zero American citizens. Zero.
No, I'm not.
Say one.
Okay,
Say
that's again, sir. I'm pulling it up for you
Not
right
the
now.
woman beater. Not the woman beater.
What?
There's the one guy on the East Coast who beat up his woman who was MS.
That's not an
13 that everybody
American
likes.
citizen, nor was he MS-13. But that's
Correct.
not even close to who
So
I'm
name
talking
another one
about,
that was actually deported. Name one.
sir. Again, I'm pulling up the names. Do you think I have them all memorized?
You should. This is
Insane.
your job.
This is not my job.
What?
This is not
you-
my job.
and
I
that-
have an
this is
actual
for-
job. This is something I do on the side. Do you really think that
insane.
I have this
You
job?
just
But
yell around like
anyways,
stupid for fun?
let's see. Names of U.S. citizens deported. There, yeah, I forgot they're not public.
Yeah, there are none.
No, because they're children, so they can't make their name
All right,
public. It's
keep going.
illegal.
Keep going. Then name some. Hey, you said it. Name some.
Ruby and Romero Rosario.
All right. What's his situation?
Heidi
Is he an American citizen?
Sanchez.
No. They're American citizens because that's not true. Those are visa holders that were past due. They were here illegally. Try again.
No, see, it was Heidi Sanchez, a Cuban woman, and her child who was a U.S. citizen. See, I'm naming their parents because,
Her
again,
child
sir,
was a US citizen.
sir,
Yeah, again, I
sir,
don't
sir,
believe they
please,
could be
please
illegal.
stop crashing out. I'm trying to,
separate
sir,
families?
sir,
You
sir,
want to separate families. That's what you're saying.
sir,
You want to separate families. I got you.
sir.
Sir.
I don't know who you're used
All
to
right,
talking
miss-
to. Hey,
miss-
hey,
mister,
all right, well, hey,
Again, I don't want kids in cages.
all right.
Put
So
your
here's
vagina away.
here's what's
Calm
gonna
down.
happen. So I'm muting you now, so no one can hear you. Okay, so no one can hear you now. Okay, I am not gonna sit here and do this back and forth with you where I don't have the ability to finish a sentence. Okay, if your parents didn't raise you well enough to be able to have a conversation, all right, then that's fine. I think you should go see a therapist for that. Okay. Maybe call 1-800-BETTER-HELP. I think it would be very helpful to your inability to like have a conversation. But if you think I'm going to sit here on my live and every time I say 3 words, you start crashing out and hollering like a petulant child, then you're wrong. Okay? No, because you asked me questions and I'm answering those questions. So when I'm answering those questions, it is your turn to be quiet. Okay? So we're going to see if you can figure this out one more time, all right?
How fucking was this? Oh my god. Are you listening?
Oh, is that your sister wife yelling at you?
Yes. Am I still on mute?
Yeah,
still
you
on mute?
tell him.
What? I can't. Can I talk now?
You can always talk when I'm not talking.
All right. So again, I asked you specifics, and then you said things that were untruthful. Again, kids, not. Again, what do you want? That kid to be separated from his mom?
No, I want the
'Cause
mom to
that's
stay
what-
here.
wait, can
I want the
talk
mom
now?
to stay
That's
here.
what we just said we wouldn't do. We just said we
No, I
wouldn't
said
do.
you wouldn't.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You're a fuck boy. Let me talk.
Yeah, I want the
It's
parents to stay here
insane.
because U.S. citizens can't be deported.
They're not U.S. citizens, though.
The children are U.S. citizens. Yes, they are.
Correct, but their parents
So therefore,
are
the
not.
U.S. citizens cannot be deported, regardless of the
So
status
you
of their
want to
parents.
separate the kids?
No,
Can
I want the
talk
parents
now?
to stay here too.
Yeah, again, that's not how this works.
No, that's
not
exactly how
a
this
border
works. I want U.S. citizens not to get deported, and I
God.
also don't want children separated from
U.S.
their
citizens
parents.
aren't.
That's
US
that's
citizens
pretty
aren't.
simple. That's not even a difficult thing. So which one are you for, sir?
Fine.
For separating the families or having U.S. citizens deported? Which one do you prefer?
So I don't want any U.S. citizen deported. I don't believe in birthright citizenship, though.
Oh, you don't believe in the Constitution. Well, that makes sense.
What's that?
You don't believe in the Constitution? Yeah.
No, I believe in it. You don't.
Well, I'm sorry. The birthright citizenship is in the Constitution. So if you don't believe in the 14th Amendment.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
What does it say? Read it.
Sir, I'm sorry. Do I look like your
That's what I
fucking
thought.
civics teacher to you?
No, you're a retard. Otherwise, I would think that was possible.
Oh, okay.
But again, your mom doesn't know how to raise a kid, apparently, who knows how to fucking read.
Yeah.
You have those glasses.
How many amendments to the Constitution are there?
You're too fucking... What?
How many amendments to the Constitution are there?
Hey, how about this? Where are the three branches of the government? We can do this all day. Like, are you done
Awesome.
with... Like,
Executive, legislation, and judicial. How many amendments to the Constitution
I
are there?
agree. I can tell you what they all do as well. Like,
yeah, that's fine. I didn't ask you that. I asked you how many amendments to the Constitution there were.
So, could Joe Biden done anything to stop the border crisis?
I don't know. Could Joe Biden tell me how many amendments to the Constitution there are?
Again.
Because that's what I'm asking you.
This is fucking hysterical. Okay. So, are you going to read the 14th then? Or
yes, I will read the 14th Amendment the second you tell me how many amendments there are.
And then I'll answer. How about that?
No, other way around.
You read it and then I'll answer. All right, fuckboy? Raise your
No.
hand and I'll call on you.
All right, cool. So you done crashing out now?
No, I'm good. Are you going to read it or not?
No.
You're asking me a question. Now I'm telling you.
No, you already asked me a question. Actually, you asked me.
I asked one
you
first.
asked me the three branches of government, which I actually, you actually
Shut
asked
the fuck
me.
Up. You asked a question.
You actually asked me a
question.
question. Your actual question was, how many branches of government are there? And I answered the question.
That's not my first question. My
You
first
actually,
question
I
was,
actually
what did it
answered that
actually
question.
say? What did the 14th Amendment actually
No, actually,
say?
that wasn't your first question.
Am I muted
Your
again?
first question was actually something about Joe Biden. You don't even remember what question.
No, I remember all the questions I asked.
All right, awesome.
I want answers to one of them.
Sure, cool. 14th Amendment. All persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the United States and the state in which they reside. So now that I've read the 14th Amendment, how many amendments to the Constitution are there?
There are a lot. Again, man, like I don't know why you're asking me how many amendments there are when, again, you have to go through this.
He doesn't know. He doesn't know. He said he supports the Constitution, but doesn't know how many amendments are, and doesn't even know what the 14th Amendment says.
I did know what the 14th Amendment was. Ask me some more questions. Don't get fucked.
What's the 14th Amendment then? I just read it. See if you can figure that out.
What? It's all persons born here or naturalized, which matters, are legally under the jurisdiction of the United States government.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
but you forgot the "or" part, but that's fine. You forgot the important part.
No, there's not an "or," but okay.
All persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the United States and the state in which they reside.
Correct.
So therefore, all persons born in the United States are citizens.
What do you believe should happen with the border?
You don't get to believe, sir. You said you don't believe in birthright citizenship. You don't get to believe in the words that are written there.
Constitution. You're reading. All right. What do you think about the Second Amendment? Let's talk about.
Sir, we're not talking. Wow, holy fucking pivot, Jesus Christ!
You believe in the you believe in the Constitution.
Holy fucking pivot! This guy. Yeah, I believe in the Second Amendment.
All right. So what do you think that says?
It says that in order to have a more to form a
militia.
In order for the security of a free state. I can't remember it off the top of my head. Okay, then you recite it word for word.
What? Well-armed militia must be maintained and not infringed upon.
That's not word for word. I was trying to pronounce it word for word.
It's not word for word, but it's
well, sir, I was trying to pronounce it word for word. That's what I was trying to do, sir.
Yeah,
but you were making fun of me, and that's actually not what it says.
You fucking retard.
Well, I'm glad you know that. I know, sir. Look, I get it, sir. You think that you yelling slurs at me over and over makes you a big tough guy.
No, this is what you do to everybody.
Okay.
You do this.
You think it makes you a big tough guy. Okay. You think that's strong. Okay. But see, here's the little thing, okay? Your parents just didn't love you. Okay? And I just want to let you know that you calling people the R word, it doesn't make you cool, it doesn't make you hard, it doesn't make you like any type of special being. It really just shows how ignorant you are. And probably, okay, more than likely that, your parents were more than likely related, which is why I heard your sister in the background yelling at you, sister, wife, whatever. I'm sure whatever you guys do. Okay. So, but I'm tired of hearing you just like crash the fuck out. Okay. Cause it's getting really, really sad. Right. See, I can handle the slurs. The slurs don't really bother me because honestly, it just really shows how dumb you are and has really no effect on me whatsoever. But you're like incessant, like need to just like try to like belittle an entire group of people because it makes you feel special is really kind of sad. Okay. But I do want to let you know one very, very, like, very specific thing. No matter how much you try to belittle other people, you're still never leaving that trailer park. Yeah. Yeah. Your life is not going to get any better. Okay. You are going to be just as sad and pathetic and that you are right now. Okay. No matter what you talk about, like trans people or about gay people or about those who are mentally disabled, like all that sort of stuff, no matter how much stuff you say about it, it's okay. Oh, he finally just hung up. See, the stream finally the stream finally caught up to where he realized I wasn't listening to him. And he called me the R word about 3 times and he called me the N word about 4. In case you guys were wondering. He called me the R word about 3 times and the N word about 4 times. Okay. And even though like really it doesn't bother me, to be completely honest with you, I do, we do have a live to run. I can't just be having those words just flying around. That's crazy. Right. But anyways, we're going to move on to the next caller. I'm going to hit a few super chats real quick, but I really, really appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. Greg said, hey man, just got into your content, loving the work. Keep it up. Thank you so much, Greg, for the $5 super chat. I really, really appreciate that. IDS, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. I really, really appreciate that. Big W's for IDs. I think it is IDs. Thank you so much. And IDs again said, do you think Trump is racist? Well, I mean, he kind of proved he was. To be completely honest with you, I mean, he does have 50 years of proven racism. So yeah, I'll go ahead and say that, yeah, he's probably a pretty big racist. But big W's in the chat for IDs for the $15 in super chats. That's very, very sweet. Thank you so much. Kat, thank you so much for the $2 super chat. Said all the callers are crashing out on y'all today. Yeah, it's been super wild. IDs again said these callers are snowflakes and delusional. IDs is absolutely killing in the super chats today. I really, really appreciate you. Stacy, thank you so much for the $2 super chat. Says he knows the Constitution better than SCOTUS. Apparently, he knows the Constitution so well that he's never read it. I think I was gonna say that maybe it was because he only knows up to the Second Amendment, but that also might be as far as he can count. It's a total possibility. He might have only gotten it 2 because he ran out of teeth to count after that one. Possibly, I'm not sure. But thank you so much, Stacy. Too tired to think says if this caller in Texas he can meet my Second Amendment. Jesus. You know how to take that one off the screen. Thank you so much, Too Tired. Kat, thank you so much. Said this guy would compete with Ross. How much he pivots? Dude, that dude was a pivoter, 100%. Megan, can we get and straight up? All right, just do it for my benefit. Can we get L Megan in the chat? I just need L Megans in all the chats right now. Can we get L Megans in all the chats right now for me? Okay. Y'all don't gotta understand it. Y'all just gotta throw it in there. I need L Megans in all the chats. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you for the super chat, Megan. I appreciate you. L Megans in all the chats. L Megans in all the chats. Appreciate y'all. And, Miguel, thank you so much for the $2 super chat. Says, would you agree that the new Conde song is fire? I actually haven't listened to it. I'm not gonna lie. I haven't listened to it at all. But look, it's annoying how good of a rapper he is for how insane and crazy he is, okay? It is insane how crazy he is for how good of a rapper he is. It's annoying. But no, I have not listened to it. I guess I'll listen to it sometimes. And Jake, sorry, this is Jake. I got to get through all the L Megans first because this is going to be a big L Megans. And Jake, thank you so much for the $3 super chat. It actually just said this is Jake's first ever super chat that Jake has ever sent. So we do need big W's in the chat for Jake for first ever super chat that he's ever sent. That is freaking awesome. That is super awesome. I really appreciate that. Also, Cannibal Kitty, thank you so much for the subscription on the Prime subscription. And Hosewater, thank you so much for the 3 cheers. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Megan, thank you so much. Thank you, Megan. I appreciate that. And Dart, thank you so much. Dart says, is Trump dividing America and why? Trump is absolutely dividing America. Absolutely. Like I said, I like to take the redistricting alone as his biggest divisive thing against the United States. He is literally creating more divisive districts in the United States, right? Where places like California create independent commissions to make sure that people have more of a vote, right? To create situations in which districts can actually freaking, get things done and be less divisive. Representatives that actually have to, listen to their constituents, right? And not just have to win a primary.
It's insane.
Right? Donald Trump is creating more division in those types of situations just so he can try to control something even though his policies suck.
It's insane.
That's just one of many reasons, but I do want to give you a good reason on that. So thank you so much, Dart. I really appreciate that. And Jen, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Do you guys watch The Hunting Wives? I'm obsessed. Never even heard of it. I'll be completely honest with you. Never even heard of it. Never even heard of it. I guess I have to check it out now. Ari, remind me so we can check that out. Dinosaur Rex, thank you so much for the $2 super chat. Says keep up the good work. IDE says Trump needs to get put out of office. Yeah, that's pretty shade up. And Dawn, thank you so much for the $20 super chat. I really appreciate that. Big W's in the chat for Dawn. Said, new sub here. I appreciate your intelligent debate skills and ability to stay in control of the conversation and not letting them deflect. That is the hardest part, Dawn. That is the hardest part. I will say that any day of the week. That is the hardest part. Okay, is keeping people on conversation, not letting them pivot. I will tell you, you guys are like, people are like, oh, you guys have so much patience. You guys are able to like do this and have these conversations with all these people, right? Like all sorts of stuff, right? This is learned, okay? This is a learned trait. This comes from years of doing this. Literal almost years. 2 more months, and it'll be years I've been doing this. This is years of work and practice, and if y'all saw me, for the people of y'all, so those of y'all who were around me when I first started this, okay, it was not always like this. It was not always like this. Okay, I very, 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 very specifically remember, okay, getting up on here and being like, I fucked up. Okay. I fucked up.
It's insane.
So it's been a long road to get here. Okay, it's been a long road to get here, but I do really, really appreciate you guys. For you guys on YouTube, you guys are new to me. This is new. I've only been on YouTube since May. For TikTok, you guys have been with me for years. So, yeah, I do really appreciate you guys. Oh yeah, see, I'm getting all the nostalgia over here for people talking about back in the day over here with me. But I really, that is really true. Nuke, thank you so much for the super chat. Said deport Trump 2025. Hell yeah. And Henry said Lula the thief. Come on, Trump Bolsonaro 2026. All right, man. If you want to send me a couple bucks to do that, that's totally fine. All right, we're gonna move on to the next caller. Keep this thing moving. I really, really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. No, I can't do that because it doesn't work on these lives.
It's insane.
I do have to remove people when they do that. New sub banner is blocking your number. Oh, you're talking about the wait, oh, is it on that one? I wonder which one that's on. I'll check that out. Sorry about that. And yeah, one more caller. Yeah, absolutely. We're gonna do one more caller.
Insane.
Hold on, real quick. Hello, how are you?
Yeah, hey, I'm here, Paulie. Go ahead and say what you got to do.
Yeah, real quick. An email said, thank you for the $5 super chat. Said, have you considered rather than muting your callers, perhaps lower their volumes and pitch shifts them so they sound like squirrels? I have done lowering the volume things. I have done lowering the volume thing before. Unfortunately, that guy was so rough that I had to actually mute him. Like I had to. Like the things he was saying were so bad that like I actually did have to mute him because it's enough to get you taken down. That's why I was doing that. But thank you so much for the super chat. And Kat said, oh, am I in there? It said, do you have Twitch? I'm live on Twitch right now. And there's like almost no one over there. If you guys want to like hang out, like freaking, there's like almost no one over there on the Twitch side. So yeah, go hang out for sure. All right. Anyways, hi, caller. How old are you?
37.
Awesome. Do you support Trump?
I do, and I still do from the last time that we spoke.
Oh, we've spoken before?
Yeah, absolutely we have. I was the guy that's 19 years in the military, and we talked about who would be the better president if you were a service member.
I do slightly remember that conversation, yeah.
It was very amicable, and I appreciate the conversation.
Yeah, so what do you want to talk about today?
I want to talk about Cracker Barrel.
Bro,
Is
we
that
can
okay?
yes, absolutely. We can talk about Cracker Barrel. That sounds great.
So, I mean, living in nostalgia, we all liked our our greasy breakfast meal and, you know, going to the shop and enjoying all that stuff. There's a big nostalgic part of it. And everyone on, I would say the political right just wants to keep that because, of course, right, they're traditionalists, right? More on the left side, people are like, hey, I'm all for change. But what I've just noticed lately is that both sides of the political spectrum hate the side of the breakfast spectrum right now. Is that on the same level what you're thinking?
I got a few things to say about the Cracker Barrel thing. One, let's be very clear, okay? This entire push by the right to be like, oh, Cracker Barrel, they're horrible, like, you know, like, oh, they're going woke, right? This is literally the right, or at least that part of the right, that just
the same old rhetoric.
Yeah, well, they need something to continue to be woke, right? Like something always has to be woke. Something always has to be like a problem. Someone always has to be coming after them. They're always being attacked. Everything that they believe in, all their cultures, all their beliefs, everything is just it's being attacked. It's horrible, right? Dude, it's not. It's not. The Cracker Barrel just rebranded. Okay, Cracker Barrel needed a rebranding. Okay, because they're not relevant anymore. And if you want to be completely honest with you, they did a really bad fucking job. Okay, because their new rebrand sucks ass. Okay, but it's not woke. Okay, it's not anything other than a company that is just rebranding, trying to make themselves more marketable to people in this, in this political landscape. And it's the right just trying to, again, continually perpetuate this someone is coming after you fear type of thing. Right?
Oh, okay, sure.
As far as the breakfast spectrum, I have no idea what you're talking about. I love breakfast, okay? And honestly, I've only eaten at Cracker Barrel once. I've eaten at Cracker Barrel twice. And the food was like, it was fine.
I think more of the traditional folks that go to Cracker Barrel are the folks that like show up after Sunday or after church on Sunday. They
it's
go
old
there,
white
they have
people.
Their meal. Yeah. Okay. Well, I agree.
Just call a duck
100%.
a duck, dude. It's old white people. Like it's fine.
Yeah.
I remember being in there both times and being like, this is just old white people. Like it's totally cool. Like I totally fine with it. Like it's cool.
But on the same premise, you should play into your demographic of who your customers are.
Well,
So
the problem with
a
that
lot of
is,
those,
I think. Oh,
a
go
lot of
ahead.
those
Sorry.
people. I'm sorry. So a lot of those people, they feel a little bit abandoned by their, some homestead, home meal type of deal. And I get why they say the woke, because it looks very sterile. Not only the logo, but the entire rebranding and all that stuff. And then most of them just feel, kind of cast out of something that should be something new, but they just can't agree with it. So I'm on the level on the right hand side.
Well,
But on the left,
real quick, I just want to address that real quick. The reason why they have to, you're right. There's probably a good portion of people,
It's insane.
that feel abandoned. The problem with it is, again, those are just all old people, and they're going to be dead soon. And those are also the only people that are going to fucking Cracker Barrel. Okay, if Cracker Barrel, and I don't mean that rudely. I truly don't mean that to be like rude or whatever, right? Like, I don't.
Sure.
Okay.
Oh no,
But
agreed.
at the same time, dude, they have to actually like brand to people that are going to like go there in the future, right? Like, I have never once, like, and I'm not even like young, I'm 38 years old, I'll be 39 soon, right? I'm not even young, and not once have I ever said to a friend of mine, like, dude, we should totally go to Cracker Barrel. Like, that's happened 0 times in my life. Zero. One time. Yeah, one time I went there because it was just like, oh, I've never been there, because I'm not from the South. So like the first time I saw it, I was like, oh, like, let me go check that out. And the second time was because someone else took me there. That's it. But companies are trying to survive. They need business, and Cracker Barrel's business is dying off at an exponential rate right now, and they need to recover. That's all it is. It's not woke. It's literally just trying to reach a different demographic of people.
So why I brought this whole thing up is because I just recently doom scrolled across another YouTuber that said that he's like, hey man, the right, they don't like it. The left, they don't like it. They don't believe that it's part of their doing either. And what was funny is that he said that politically, the Cracker Barrel has done a service to the entire United States by actually, instead of dividing us, but actually combining us. It's making us agree on one thing, that we all hate the idea that Cracker Barrel is changing. And I thought that was a kind of a very interesting virtue to go, hey, let's take the most, the worst parts of both sides of our ideologies in the United States, and let's gang up on Cracker Barrel. And that's just really why I wanted to bring up the whole conversation was like, hey, if you had any difference of opinion of it, I just wanted to hear Polly's opinion.
Yeah, no, that's my opinion, man. Like, I if you want to be completely honest and truly honest, I really don't give a shit about Cracker Barrel. I don't give a shit about any of these rebrands. Not once have I seen a rebrand of any of these fucking like companies and really cared. Like, truly, like I just don't care, dude. Like, I truly don't care. Like, remember like the whole like Aunt Jemima thing, like where that guy I didn't care about that either. I just really don't give a shit about these little like corporate fucking like individual circumstances. Like, oh, Bud Light had a trans person. I didn't care either way. Like, I truly heard about the whole Bud Light, has like a trans representative from the right. Like, I didn't even know it was happening. Okay, really, and truly didn't care. It's just these corporations are going to make corporate decisions based off of how they make money, right? And the best way for these places to make money is to not be political on either side, right?
Well, actually, no, I disagree. Nowadays, I think that these corporations want to be political just so they can have news, right?
Relevancy? Okay, I can't argue that point. I can't argue that point. That's a decent point.
I mean, you know what? maybe these cheese dicks at the top at the corporate fucking table, they're like, hey, what sort of fucking geopolitical bullshit can we stir up at Aunt Jemima's, and we could get the whole nation talking about us?
You're not wrong.
You know?
Okay, I can well, I'm not saying you're wrong or you're right. I'm saying I can't argue that point. Right? Like I understand. You know, I think it's one of those like all attention, all publicity is good publicity, right? Type of things.
Yeah,
that's possible. The problem with that is that usually when they get that publicity, it's not good. Right? Like right now, like you said, nobody likes Cracker Barrel.
I think everyone's pissed off at Cracker Barrel. They're still showing up and eating that fucker because they still
no
want
one was
their
showing up
biscuits
before.
and gravy, right?
Nobody was showing up before. That's the problem. Nobody was showing up before, and now less than nobody is showing up. You know what I'm saying? Like it was bad before. But again, like I'm seeing a bunch of people in my chat, and I do want to address that. Look at Target. Right? Look at how they like picked a political side and how bad they're suffering. They're suffering horribly. You know? Like Bud Light did the same, and I don't even think they were trying to pick one. They just ended up on one side of it. Right? Like whenever these companies tend to like try to pick a political side, and yes, it does give attention, but it alienates them, right? Like it alienates them like completely. And I don't think that's good for their customer base. I don't think that's good for their stockholders. Right? Like, but that's the thing, okay, like I'll give you an example, and y'all in the chat can hate me. I don't care, like whatever. I'm gonna be true to myself. I don't give a shit.
Tell them, Paulie.
Okay.
Tell them.
No, I'm just saying. I have to be true to myself. I'm not gonna play some game, right? Like, I found out Chick-fil-A was like super homophobic. I didn't stop going there for a second. Like, not gonna lie. Like, I didn't miss a fucking meal at Chick-fil-A. I was like, Chick-fil-A is the only person that made me believe that God might be real, and I'm a giant atheist. Okay, I love that fucking shit. Okay, it's fucking delicious. Okay.
Yeah, God's chicken. God's chicken, but we can't get it on Sunday.
Yeah, exactly. That's the worst part about it. Like, that's why I want to get rid of them, right? Now, like, I'll say it this way, right? Like the Hobby Lobby thing, right? I can't say I boycotted them because I didn't really go to Hobby Lobby to begin with. Like, it's not like it's like I'm not really boycotting any of that stuff, right? Like, anyways, what I'm saying is like, I just don't, I don't fall into these like super like thing. Like I remember the first time I actually like saw Cracker Barrel, and like the second I saw Cracker Barrel, I was like, that fucking seems racist. Like just the name, just like the name and the little thing on the thing, and I was like, that seems racist, right? It seems pretty racist. I still went. You know what I'm saying? Like, it didn't stop me from walking in the building. You know? But, like,
yeah.
Dude, if we...
But did you feel... Did you... Well, okay, there you go. Breaking down to its minutia is the racist part. And that's the divide in the political spectrum is the racism part. Well, if it could be that way, when you walked into Cracker Barrel, did you not feel kind of welcomed?
No, not at all. I was actually on edge the entire time. Bro, where I grew up, you don't walk into a place in a fucking an entire restaurant of old white people and feel comfortable. Sorry, I wish I had that privilege, but I don't. But I did want to add another point to that. And like, before everybody gets like all, I know everybody's tripping out with the Chick-fil-A thing. Oh, it's okay. You can get mad at me. It's fine. Okay. I really don't care. Okay.
How dare you?
but here's the thing. Okay. Yes. Chick-fil-A is probably homophobic. Okay. You know who else is probably homophobic or racist or fucking just generally a shitty person? Every CEO of every fast food restaurant you go to. Okay. Every like 99% of the people at every CEOs and head people of every single fucking fast food restaurant or corporate store or fucking Amazon, Target, Walmart, like fucking whatever, dude. You know what I'm saying?
They're because they're top 1%ers, and they have to prey on their employees. Yeah.
They're all pieces of shit. Okay, every single one. Yes, you caught Chick-fil-A. Yeah, you caught Hobby Lobby. Oh, now we caught Target. Yeah, every single one of them fucking sucks, dude. That's why it's truly, it's not fucking like, It's not picking out the one specific one that you're going to be mad about that day doesn't help anything. Okay? Understanding that the people that run this country and run these corporations, right, are all just generally shit. Like, I'm much more eat the rich, right? Like 100%, right? And I'm much more into let's eat the rich than to be worried about which shitty old white CEO we caught this week. And that you know what I'm saying? Like which one did we catch this week? Which horrible you know who's all shitty? Pretty much all CEOs, dude. All CEOs are just shitty because you had to be a pretty shitty person to run a company that big. You had to step on a lot of people. You had to underpay a lot of people, right? Or you had to overcharge a lot of people. You had to be just a pretty shitty person to get in that position to begin with. But that's my opinion. That's my opinion.
You probably had to make some. Well, not a shitty person. I'm not gonna say everyone like that, but you had to make some very nasty moral judgmental decisions to get to that top point.
That to me makes you a shitty person.
Tell me that some other person that has to rob or steal to make ends meet is a shitty person. You know, that's
robbing and stealing to make ends meet is a lot different than robbing and stealing to become richer than 99% of the population.
Well, I mean, to make ends meet, it means different in different people's minds. I mean,
yeah, but in our mind, let's be very clear, right? When I'm talking about, you're talking about the difference between somebody who it will die from starving if they don't steal, as opposed to somebody who could buy your property, your assets, my assets, and everybody we know's assets, still wants more.
Sure, but the you know the idea inside these people's minds, these CEOs, these sociopaths, they'll die internally if they don't grab, steal, and fucking pillage and do the same thing.
Good, then they should. And externally.
I got you, man. Hey, brother. Another productive conversation. I really appreciate you, dude. One last thing. You about an hour ago, because I've been watching for a hot minute. You had a caller come on. They were very rude to you, and then you like kind of immediately dismissed them. And it was not dismissal of their rudeness; it was dismissal of their opinion. And I thought that you just had a perfect moment to just nail them to the wall, but you didn't state your opinion on it.
Oh, sorry, right? I don't hit every single one, dude.
But you didn't stand on your platform, which is kind of the way we've been having our conversation. I asked you about your
people are rude all the time, dude. You're gonna have to be more specific.
So I'm sorry I can't nail it down, but I just I wish sometimes, brother, that you just sometimes you did drive the conversation and you stood your ground sometimes when other times you'll let the caller just be rude and be a jackass, you know?
Yeah, it just depends.
I don't know. There's a couple times in the last hour,
I can be completely honest with you, and this is just being completely honest with you. Sometimes it depends on who the caller is. Sometimes it depends on what my fucking mood is that day, on whether I got enough sleep or whether I had a bad day at fucking work. Okay, dude, I don't come, and that's the thing. Like, people come on here to debate and to be like very, rigid with their debates. I don't do that. Okay, I'm here to have conversations, and I'm here to fucking be truly, completely myself, right? And some days I'm just having a shitty day, and I'm shorter than I normally am, or I don't want to hear all the bullshit, or like whatever. And some days I'm more tolerant. Some days, just like you are with anybody that you talk to, right? I'm just a human being, but I don't pretend to be something that I'm not here. If I'm having a shitty day and I get on here and I'm having a shitty day, you're probably going to see that I'm having a shitty day, right? Maybe some days I'm not as energetic. Maybe some days I'm not as, vocal. Maybe some days I'm not as argumentative. Maybe some days I'm not, maybe some days I'm not even on point, right? Some days I might show up here and I'm having a conversation with people and they're saying stuff and I'm like zoned off in another freaking planet because I freaking am thinking about 20 other things that are going on in my life, right? Like this is all possible, but I'm here every single day regardless. And so you might get somebody different regardless of all that. And yes, I wish I could be just like, totally rigid and, completely on point the same way every single time, but that's not human, right?
No,
It's
it
not
isn't,
real.
man. They make you a robot. Your content wouldn't be as thrilling to watch.
No, exactly. My content is fun because I'm real, right? There's a ton of people that do something similar to what I do. Okay.
I scroll and watch them too.
Yeah. But
you're the only one that actually picks up and actually has a kind of half a brain, in my opinion.
Well, there are tons of them that have brains. All right, there are tons of people that have brains. Some people are the most factually based creators that you ever had. They can recite you facts on facts on facts on facts on facts, and yet they are completely unentertaining. Right? And there are certain people that are incredibly entertaining that don't know a goddamn thing. Right? And and it's the truth. And there's some people that are debaters. There are some people that are conversationalists. There are some people that are involved in politics. There are people of all different types of styles, right? And education levels and specialties and all sorts of stuff, right? I don't try to be them. They don't try to be me, right? Like we have a difference in the way that we do things, right? And so, like. That's just how we do things, right? Like I might take certain callers and let callers go or cut them shorter than other people, and other people might do vice versa, right? But the good thing is that we're out here and that we're having these conversations, and I think that's what's important, right? Regardless of their style or regardless of their political affiliation or anything else, right? It's about getting out there and actually having these conversations one-on-one with other people. Right? Not trying to, freaking, have a whole bunch of people attacking one person, or not trying to sit in your echo chambers or any of those things, right? Just being able to get out there and have those conversations with other people in regardless of which style that is, I think is the most important part. And as long as we keep doing that, then we still have, a country, and we still have, and we still have the ability to have democracy in this country, right? I think that's what's important.
Totally, man. I 100% agree. I'm going to give you one more analogy before I go, man. Do the same thing you just said. Is everything involves your neighbors, the people that you live right next door, and you could have a billion differences in raising children, political ideation, everything else in between. But so long as you let your neighbor borrow your lawnmower, and you have drinks and talk to them and have debates, you're going to fucking find out that they're not too fucking bad, and you can live harmoniously with them.
Yeah.
And that's
what makes America most great. Of them aren't. But I'm going to hang up the phone, man. I hope you have a good one, all right?
All right, man. Hey, don't pull any more punches, all right? And keep it going.
Oh, I won't. All right. Have a good one, man. Bye. This was it Geraldine? Sorry, I can't really read it from that angle, but because it's kind of small on my screen. I think it's Geraldine White says Ari is pretty good too. That's where I'll have to disagree with you. I don't know about her. She's pretty shady. I'll be completely honest with you. She's pretty shady. She looks funny. Okay. First of all right. So I don't. Sorry, I couldn't. You guys know I love Ari. I have to give her a little shit. Jesus Christ. I have to give her a little shit. CL, thank you so much for the $2 super chat. Said most. Hold on, I want to leave that. It said forget date night. Hold on, where'd it go? Ah! Yeah, I'm waiting for it too. CL, thank you so much for the super chat. Said most have the attention span of a toddler. Love it, 100%. Jake said I have a recording that Colors never said the N word. Did say the R word though. Take it back or release the full video. Release the full video. I don't care. I'm assuming you're the caller. Go ahead. Have fun. Is this supposed to scare me? Please, 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 please don't send me more super chats to tell me you're going to release a video I don't care about. Oh my God, that would hurt my feelings so bad. I don't know how I'd recover. Oh, it would be so horrible. Yes, if you send me a VJ, if you send me a $20 super chat, I will generally read whatever's on there. Okay? As long as it doesn't get me demonetized, I will read almost anything that you put on there. Just straight the hell up. Like you put anything that I can put on there, I will put almost anything on there. Just straight up. What? Tyron, why'd you do that? You sent me a $10 one. I read that too. I'll put it even further than that. You put a $10 super chat up there, I'll pretty much read whatever you want. I'm pretty amicable, okay? If you're supporting the live, even if you hate me, like I'll throw it up there. You still supported the live. Okay? You still supported the live. All right. Anyways, all right, y'all. It's about 9. It's after 9 o'clock. I've been on for over 2 hours now. I'm gonna call it a day. I'm gonna see you guys on tomorrow night at 7 o'clock Central Time as normal. Hope y'all have a wonderful night. Make sure you guys hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I did see this, Jonathan. I didn't want to miss this real quick. I'll put this on the screen. Make sure you guys hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. If you have already subscribed, make sure you hit turn on notifications. That's really important to know when I release new content and all that fun stuff. So I really appreciate y'all. I hope you have a wonderful night, and I'll see you guys tomorrow, all right? Love you guys. Bye. Bye.